Okay, here on the Rich Van Tassel channel. Today is Tuesday, December 8th, 2015, giving you our weekly NBA report starting in the Eastern Conference. Very competitive Eastern Conference, a bit of a change. It's usually been the West that has a bunch of teams uh, right at the top. This year it's the East. Teams 1 through 13 are only separated by 5 games. Teams 1 through 8 in the playoff spots, that's Cleveland at the top at 13-7, Boston at the 8th spot at 12-9, are only a game and a half back. So very impressive. The Eastern Conference appears to be coming along and catching up to where the West has been the past couple years. You look at the top teams like Cleveland and Indiana, two teams that have been playing well. Cleveland is on a 3-game losing streak. Indiana is on a 2-game losing streak, despite Paul George, who's averaging 27.6 points per game on 45% shooting this year. So he's certainly coming back into form, so it's nice to see after that injury he had. Charlotte is up to number 5 in the conference. They're playing well on a 2-game winning streak. The thing I question with Charlotte is where are they going to get their scoring from. Kemba Walker, a player I like. He's a good player, but only averaging 17.6 points per game. And Al Jefferson, their big man inside, is only averaging 13.7. So you have to see where they're going to find their scoring. The Boston Celtics had a nice little road trip there. They had to go to Mexico City as well. Went 3-1, lost a tough game to San Antonio. They beat Orlando as well as they beat the Pelicans last night, and then that game in Mexico, they beat the Kings. Isaiah Thomas just under 21 points per game. That team's playing good defense. Thing with the Celtics is they seem to beat up on bad teams, but when it comes to the better teams, they can't find a way to win those games. They're not getting blown out. They're just not finding a way to win. They have some decent wins against Oklahoma City. They've beaten Atlanta, but Oklahoma City was without Kevin Durant at the time. Orlando playing very well. They're at 11-9, just a half game out of the 8th spot. But again, it's still very early in the season. You have Evan Fournier really coming into his own, averaging over 16 points per game. The New York Knicks, got to give them credit. They are on the 2-game losing streak. They've dropped to 10-12, but I didn't expect them to be anywhere near that close to 500. Still a lot of season left to play, so we'll see how they develop the rest of the year. This Philadelphia 76ers, it really has to be addressed. They're 1-21. They got bludgeoned by 51 points last night to a Spurs team that was playing most of its backups, completely unacceptable. I don't know what the league is going to do. It looks like Jerry Colangelo has just come in to take control of that team, and I believe the owners voted for that. It's really getting embarrassing. You'll have to see how Philadelphia is going to go the rest of the year with Jerry Colangelo. Are they going to try to turn things around? The worst record in an 82-game season is 9-73. The worst record altogether was when the Bobcats at that time went 7-59 back in 2012. Now, they should be able to get 9 more wins the rest of the year, assuming they're going to try to win. But you don't know. They could be in contention to struggle to win 6 or 7 games this year. The way they're playing, they're terrible. That's another reason why the Lakers should be embarrassed that they lost to them. Now, moving on to the Western Conference, Golden State 22-0. Their differential is 14.9. They're playing very well. We know about Golden State. Got to look at the San Antonio Spurs, however, who are 18-4. They are 9-1 in their last 10 on a 4-game winning streak, and they're plus 11.9 in their differential. So, as we've discussed in previous weeks, in any other year, the Spurs would be looking very impressive this year. Unfortunately, they have Golden State. Now, Golden State plays Indiana tonight. Going to be a lot of questions. It might be tomorrow night, but I believe it's tonight. Going to be a lot of questions to see if Indiana could be a team that stops that streak. We'll have to see. Indiana is certainly capable of it. Dallas continues to play well. They are only 5-5 in their last 10, but they're 4th in the conference. Got to give hats off to Deron Williams, who's come along a bit this year. Obviously, Dirk Nowitzki is carrying a lot of the work there, as he usually does. Rick Carlisle, fine coach. But I didn't think Dallas would make the playoffs, but they're certainly still competitive and right there. Houston starting to come along. They're 6-4 in their last 10 on a 3-game winning streak. They're up to 10-11. They've got to get to 500 first and then start building on it. But I expect they're going to start to really move up the Western Conference and be that team I expected them in the beginning of the year. Memphis hovering around at 12-9. They got off to a slow start. They're still in the negative in the differential, as are Houston, the two teams in the West playoff picture right now that are in the differential. Memphis is minus 3.2. Houston is minus 4.4. We've discussed Memphis, though. They lost a lot of games early that they got blown out in. They've won 7 out of the last 10, so they're starting to come along. They do it quietly. We'll see how Memphis forms the rest of the year. Certainly one of the teams that I felt, if there is one in the West that can dethrone Golden State, it would be Memphis as well as Houston. but neither one of those teams has shown it yet this year. Houston and Memphis starting to come along though, so we'll see. The Clippers 12-9, was expecting a little more from them. You look at the Portland Trail Blazers 9-13, so they are certainly not playing up to caliber. Neither are the Sacramento Kings, who I picked to make the playoffs. They are at 7-15, certainly struggling. The Pelicans, off that loss to the Celtics last night, are now 5-16. Gotta wonder about them. Anthony Davis is too good of a player for this team to be 5-16. Minnesota, of course, starting to really tumble now. They were 8-8. They've lost 4 straight games. So they're going to come back to the point where we would expect to see them early in the year. The Los Angeles Lakers at 3-18. Now, as bad as the 76ers are, their only win is against the Lakers. It's really gotten ugly in Los Angeles. There's no reason for any Laker team to ever be this bad. And they are negative 9.2 in their differential, which outside of the 76ers is the worst in the league. It's the worst in the league by almost 2 points, again, outside of the 76ers. So, terrible year. Kobe Bryant, I guess that's why he's retiring, because that team just has nothing. He is not playing well this year. So, it's really gone from bad to worse for the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, the power rankings, of course, Golden State Warriors 22-0. They're going to be number 1. Really don't have to go much into them. We know how well they're playing. Number 2, San Antonio Spurs. They are clearly the second best team in the league. Again, they would be hands down the best team in the league if the Warriors weren't in it. That's just how good the Warriors are playing. But you got to give the Spurs a lot of credit thus far this season for how they're moving about. Number 3, I'm still going to leave the Cavaliers there, though they are on the 3-game losing streak. We'll see how they can continue to move forward from here. But they're just treading water till Kyrie Irving comes back. The 3-game losing streaks are going to happen. LeBron took a game off in there for rest. They played a desperate Pelicans team, so that loss looks bad against the Pelicans, but the Pelicans have to win some games, and it's a nationally televised game. I think the Pelicans came out for it. So they're still at number 3. Number 4, I'm going to give it to the Charlotte Hornets. The way they're playing, we discussed 7-3 in the last 10. They're certainly right there. Even in the Western Conference, these teams would be right at the top of the list, obviously behind Golden State and San Antonio. But it's not like they're, just pounding up on the weaker Eastern Conference where the Western Conference is so talented. It's the other way around this year. And number 5, the Boston Celtics. They are had that nice little road trip. They are, again, the best point differential in the Eastern Conference at 5.4, and as well only the 3rd best in the league. They are at 12-9. That would rank them 5th in the Western Conference with a lot of other teams. So again, as we just discussed before, it's not just the Eastern Conference is so far devoid of the Western Conference this year. It's more the other way around. The Western Conference is the weaker conference. So the Celtics moving up and finally getting up to number 5 in the power rankings, even though they're 8th in the Eastern Conference. But it's how you're playing at this time, and there's not many teams playing better than them in the Eastern Conference, or in the league for that matter, outside of Golden State and San Antonio. All right, so there's your weekly NBA report for it's Tuesday, December 8th, 2015. Be back later in the week to give you the Thursday night football breakdown, as well as any flash news alerts to come on in the meantime. So be sure to stay tuned for that later in the week, and we thank you so much.